FortWayne.com. Coverage you can count on continues with Heather Herron and Brett Thomas.
The gift of an organ transplant is unlike any other.
As Lutheran Hospital celebrates 30 years of performing heart transplants, we've been sharing the stories of the people given new hope and new life. Tonight, News Channel 15's Alyssa Ivanson continues our series Heart to Heart in this story for your well-being.
Les Thomas and Constance McKinney both had their heart transplants at Lutheran Hospital. Constance just celebrated her 2-year anniversary. Les had his surgery 24 years ago, putting him among some of the longest surviving heart transplant recipients. For heart transplant patients, every day is a gift.
I wake up every day, things are better. I thank God every day.
It's mind-boggling to think that you can live this normal with a transplanted heart.
Les Thomas never had heart problems until 1991. He was driving to work when his chest started to hurt.
And I was dead from here up. I couldn't feel my hands or anything.
Les was having a heart attack. He made it to a hospital just in time.
I woke up in the hospital bed with all the bells and whistles on. I must have fainted right there.
Les's heart had so much damage he needed a transplant. He had to stay in the hospital while he waited for a match.
It was well worth every minute that we spent there because it worked. It's just a miracle that he was blessed with a fit, which was very important.
Les was 62 years old when he had his transplant. His donor was 51. An example of how Lutheran pushed the boundaries to pioneer new ground in the world of heart transplants.
A lot of places had a very firm cutoff at about 45 or 50 years of age, thinking that a heart over that age wasn't going to be useful for very long. But we were listing patients who were 55 and 60 years old. That age matching made perfect sense to us, and we started using 50-year-old donors and then 55-year-old donors, and we actually used a 58-year-old donor. Now using older donors is not that uncommon for older recipients.
It was really a blessing that Lutheran was all set up for this because the kids could go to school. We didn't have to move the family or anything like that.
About a year after his transplant, Les had to go back to the operating room, this time for bypass surgery on the transplanted heart. Now he's had that heart for 24 years.
He's doing remarkably well.
It just feels like my own. It works the same. In fact, I feel like I'm 40 years old again. I had no pain with the heart transplant. It was just like, it's a miracle.
It's the little things most people take for granted that are the most precious to Constance McKinney. Like simply playing with her 1-year-old cousin. That's because 2 years ago, her heart was giving out.
And it got times where she couldn't even take 2 steps on a treadmill.
Connie, as she's called, was diagnosed with atrial fibrillation when she was 12. It causes the heart to beat too quickly.
Like a normal heart is boom, boom, boom. My heart was like boom, 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 like to where you can see it poke out of the chest.
It was tough growing up. She'd get tired quickly, not be able to play and hang out like the rest of her friends.
It's difficult for me as a brother because I care for her so much. She means a lot to me, to see her fall and not get back up, it was tearing me apart.
When medications and other surgeries weren't helping, Connie knew a transplant was likely in her future. That day came in June 2013. She was 31.
Don't have to wake up sick anymore.
I am so grateful. I thank God every day for it. Because for a while there, it was scary watching your child and then you knowing that she need a transplant and don't know when she's going to get it.
We were there after Connie had her 2-year biopsy. Doctors pinch out a tiny piece of the heart to make sure the body is not rejecting it.
She's been doing very, very well. She has not had the infection and the rejection that we fear. And she is such a fighter and has always had this positive outlook on life. Nothing gets her down, and she sort of views it as a challenge. That I think that is the reason why she's done so well.
Now at 33, Connie is really just getting started, truly living.
I go out and have fun, like shopping, and I like to go dancing.
Going to the beach and the Three Rivers Festival, things that used to wear her out.
Seeing her sick all the time and now healthy all the time, it's like you got a totally different child.
I could tell a big difference, like when I'm walking and running and jumping and having fun, that it's beating, and it feels different compared to all the beats I was used to. So I'm just now trying to get still used to this, but it feels amazing.
While she's enjoying her health, she never forgets why she has it.
I thank my transplant family. I keep them, in my heart and my prayers, because without them I wouldn't be here. And just look forward to live day by day.
And the smile she's known for.
That's me, Constance with her smile.
Shines brighter than ever. So what does the future for heart transplants look like? We answer that question next week when Heart to Heart continues Wednesday at 5. For Stories for Your Well-Being, I'm Alyssa Ivinson.
Up next, Nicholas has one last check of your 7-day planner.